Welcome to the show. You're watching Let's Talk right here on Ebru TV, and it is Talk That Talk Thursday. I know you're seeing what is happening over here. Why are you in the darkness? When you see my Amanda, but let me tell you, the way I'm hiding over here, I've realized that maybe I need to hide a little bit more because it's always a bad situation when the Uber guy, who now knows you so many times because he's dropped you off to work, tells you, you haven't done something with your hair. When are you planning on doing something with your hair? And when you decide to do something with your hair, call me so I can take you to the salon. So I'm just like, Ebru, let's just hide this situation in this darkness over here as I'm being shaded by even Uber drivers. But you know what's going to be an amazing show? I just had to laugh at myself a little bit about that situation, but I'm looking forward to having a great show with you. Make sure to interact with us on our social media, Ebru TV Kenya, everywhere except for Facebook, which is Ebru TV KE. And you can still hit us up on our WhatsApp number 0777 672 230. It's going to be an amazing show. It's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli.
I know what you want to do, and what you want to do is grab yourself a drink, sit yourself down in this comfy, cold weather, cuddle up with whatever you need to cuddle up with because the show is going to be fire. We are talking about stingy men, and by God, I just watched a series today that blew my mind. This woman decided to give her husband away to this rich woman so that she could get money to invest in her company. And she regretted it. So I just want to know from you, have you done something crazy? Is your man so stingy that you're out here trading off yourself to get some money? I just want to know from you. 0777 is the number. But for now, let me sit down and laugh at Ayuba's condition with her hair because I am dead. I mean, how do Uber drivers know us nowadays? Stay tuned. My name is Kathomi. Welcome to the show. Mama Stacy, I see you. Give me that answer.
I love myself too much. I know you're rushing home so that you can get to watch our show and also beat curfew, but take care of yourself because these days when I drive home, I normally find like 3 to 4 accidents along the way. Guys, let us be careful. As much as we want to beat curfew and watch Let's Talk, let's think about the other person. No need to kill someone because you are in a rush. So sit back, relax, sip something, and enjoy the show because today's show is lit. My name is Lily Asigo.
Let me tell you, I just love that man. Blinky Bill makes the song feel like something else. He's one of those really underrated Kenyan artists. And I honestly feel like Kenyans, we need to do more when it comes to promoting our own music. Let's do Kenyan. Let's be Kenyan. Let's promote Kenyan music, especially if it is good. But right now, I think it's time for Hot Talk. So let me tell you what is happening in the world of the internet. Because, child, it is crazy. We have everything from Jalango saying no to stingy men or saying the reason why men are stingy is because, maybe there's just nothing. You're just not an asset like that, And I just. Anyway, Queen Jane's death has also been revealed, or at least the circumstances behind her death. And honestly, I am in shock. I am in shock. And finally, Ali Kiba explaining why he's been quiet about his wife's anniversary or their anniversary and her birthday and the reason why she's not around, why he's not celebrating it, because he's always done something super big. So let's find out all this on Hot Talk. Let's do it. We're on time. To controversy and when it comes to people who talk about the most insane things, Jalango is one on the top of that list. He is very vocal about what he thinks, what his opinions are, and he stands by them, which is a good and bad thing sometimes. Because when it's a good thing, then we're like, yes, power to you. But when it's something a little cringy or something that we're just going like, what? Is that the message you really want to be preaching to people? We always find it like it's, yeah, you're too vocal. You need to calm all the way down. So today, I want you to tell me what your thoughts are on Jalango's situation. So he says in these particular words that men will spend money where they see value. So if a man isn't spending money on you, it's not because he is a stingy man. It's not because he doesn't have the money to do it for you. It's not because he doesn't have the time, because it could be stingy with money, it could be stingy with time, could be stingy with so many aspects of life. But in this particular case, he says when he's stingy with his money particularly, he's just not that into you, and he doesn't see the value of you. He doesn't see you as an asset so much so that he wants to invest his money in you in whatever capacity, gifting you, taking you out on things, buying you important things, or even investing in your businesses or whatever, things that you're into. And apparently, Kamene Goro did not disagree. Apparently, she also says that she agrees with him fully, and she thinks that it is true. Men never invest in you if they don't see any value in you. And this kind of put me in a situation where it's like, am I sure that this is the actual narrative that we want to push? Because some men are just stingy. Like, there is a reason why in the dictionary, there's someone called a maisa. A maisa is not controlled by you. A maisa is just a maisa because he mices. You know, like he's just not giving you anything. Yeah. It could be maisa with his money. It could be maisa with his time. A maisa is just naturally a person who's stingy. And we all know people like that, right? Yep. You all know someone who, honestly, you go out on a date and do they pay?
No.
Nope. They're looking at you. The check comes and they're looking at you. You're looking at them. You're looking at each other. You're going, okay, who's taking care of this one today?
Yeah.
Or if you have to go like a really far distance, you have to take care of all your bills, all your logistics. I'm telling you, come to a hotel, Hotel B or hotel. Come to this hotel, and then you show up at the hotel. You have to pay for your own taxi fare, like a Yuma over here, who's now being told she needs to start, styling up her hair. Or you have to pay for even end up paying for the room and the food that you end up consuming. And in some cases, they're just men who are stingy, just in the same way as there are women who are very stingy. You might be living in the same house with a woman. She has $1 million in her account. You're over there with your 50K salary, and she's not even about to try and pay rent for you. Why? Yep. Because she is just a stingy person. So is this a narrative that we think is actually true?
The problem that I have with this narrative is like, does that mean now, does he see value in the side chick? Does he see value in the slay queen? Because people like Kina Jamal, who was there spending $50,000 a date, okay, on random girls that was not his wife, was he seeing value in these women? And if so, what is this value that he was seeing? As the value between their legs? Like, what are we measuring value with? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. Does he see you as wife material, or sees himself spending the rest of his life with you, then he will spend money with you? Is it because you're giving him something, aka your body, then he'll spend money on you? Like, what is the reason why men are spending money on people? It's too loose, and I think it's making the pressure on the woman. And now you start looking at yourself and thinking, guy, when was the last time my boyfriend bought for me something? When was the last time my boyfriend did this and this? It just must mean that he doesn't see value in me. No, it could just mean that your boyfriend doesn't like to spend money. And I have been in a relationship with a man, no matter what, it could be his mother, it can be his sister, it can be his girlfriend, it can be anybody. He is not giving that money if he doesn't want to give that money. And that's just because he's trying to keep all his money to himself.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it depends on the stage of the relationship that you're in and what the other party has experienced prior to meeting you. Because sometimes you meet a woman, you start spending money on her, kidogo, amekudump, amenda on to the next person. So maybe sometimes this time around you've met someone who wants to try the opposite. Akunyime pesa kwanza, or if you're committed, and then now he starts spending money on you. So I kind of agree and disagree with them at the same time.
Can I ask you a question though? Is that something that we need to be doing? Because we've talked about this many, many times, where a former relationship has made you a certain person, and now you're making someone else's, you're making someone, what is that saying that normally people say?
Like you're paying for someone
paying for his mistakes. Like, why are you paying this forward? Why are you making your new partner experience the pain that you experienced from the previous relationship? If you're at that point where you're still negotiating on whether or not, I want to give you something just so I can see where you're at, that just makes no sense to me. It means, first of all, you're not ready to move on. 2, you're not ready for this relationship, because that is a very immature way of thinking in general.
I think it's actually smart though, because honestly, let's just be all the way honest. Men can really be taken advantage of by women. And we know it. We know what we do. When you're there saying to my fair, you're not going. I really hate that. And as much as we're there saying it's a joke and everything, just say I don't want to come to your house. Why does he have to send you money? Just say that I'm broke.
But isn't that the problem to begin with? Like, the fact that you're always making money, you're always making money an issue, so much so that I have to lie to you to get some out of you. The fact that you're refusing to give me something that I actually need. And obviously, if I'm refusing to come to your house and you send me money, let's be honest. Have you ever asked for money and you don't need that money for something?
No.
That's the truth. So if you can't get it out of him honestly, but like, babe, I need money for such and such, you then have to lie to them. And that's the problem. The fact that we're lying to them so that they can give us money, and they're now refusing to give us money because they have been lied to so many times.
And sometimes,
cycle.
it's just true, they don't have money.
Yeah.
Some of them don't have money.
And if it's honestly, we need to get to that point where we're honest with each other. Babe, I actually don't have money, so let me not, make promises about things I will do for you. And women are supposed to also be understanding of the fact that men aren't, plucking money from a tree somewhere.
He is not an ATM machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts.
And I also feel like also men take advantage of us when it comes to money. And I'm saying this in regards to a Benga musician known as Queen Jane. She passed on when? In 2010, due to a long-term illness, according to maybe the doctor. But the sisters went on an interview and they said that she died because of depression from her toxic marriage.
Wow.
She got married to one Mr. James Kariuki, and he allegedly took advantage of the wife. He used to withdraw all the money from her bank account, according to the sisters, Lady Wanja and Princess Angie. And they only found out when she was in hospital. So he's there like stealing her money, beating her, I don't know what, and she suffered in silence. So I'm just curious, I'm just thinking, what do you think we need to share in our marriages with our friends and family to avoid such? To avoid someone taking advantage of you and beating you. Like, you can't suffer in silence. What are some of the things that we have to tell, we have to share with someone else?
Yeah, I think like sometimes it goes, we have to put ourselves in the mind of the abusee, yeah? As much as we go and sit over here, if you're being mistreated, go ahead and say. If you're being beaten, go ahead and say. If that was the case, then no one would be in an abusive relationship. That would be like out the window and everything, because as long as you go and tell somebody this and this is happening to me, that means you're in a state of mind to want to leave that situation. The problem comes in when you're in a toxic relationship and you're not willing to remove yourself from that toxic relationship. You know what I mean? Because you can tell how many family members and people do we know who are in really bad relationships, where it's even physically abusive, they complain to you,
and
but
don't
they
forget,
don't go.
they even say things like, oh, you're nakuanga hivyo. When you see someone, even your neighbor walking with a black eye, wasema, awa nakuanga hivyo, bwanake anamchapanga. And these are people that you actually see, experiences of people that you actually see.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I feel like the problem is like now we have to find a way, I don't know how, but I'll find a way to like counsel that person where they can reach a point of like, first of all, having more value for themselves as a human being, and being able to lift themselves up out of that situation. Because you're just telling people, yeah, by the way he beats me, by the way he mistreats me, by the way he takes away all my money, he does all these things. We know so many people who are in that situation, and it's just the norm. That relationship is a hot mess, and we're just looking like this, like, guy, yeah, inakuanga chini.
And you know, it's so sad that he even went on, he allegedly faked that they got married.
Wow.
First, yes, at first they did it traditionally, and then later on, yeah, church. Can you imagine?
That is so sad. But I think in this particular case, the thing that I am looking at most is that trust. Because this is your money. It's your bank account. That means that this person has access to your information, to your credentials. Do you just wake up in the morning and give someone your PIN?
But you would give your husband or
Now
your
that's
wife.
the thing. I feel like we need to start looking at things from perspective of, look, am I trusting enough of you? And once you realize, because she probably knew that's why she's in depression, that's why she's stressed about these things. She probably knew that this guy was actually taking advantage of her. And therefore, you still have the chance and the ability to stop the situation from where it is. Nip it in the bud. If someone is spending your money and they're spending it horribly, and you feel like you've worked so hard to come up with this money, and someone is just uselessly, frivolously living with your money and just extorting the living daylights out of you, you can stop it. So what we need to start thinking about, exactly what we said, I think, earlier on in the week, when it comes to marriage counseling, we're only taught the basic things. Take care of your man. You need to have constant communication. But what happens when there is a communication breakdown? I've told you, please stop using my money like this. I am trying to buy a house. We're trying to make an investment here or there or the other thing. And this person is still taking advantage of you. This person is still taking money out of your account. We've seen people who've actually, we have a savings account. We know that this savings account is to buy a car for so-and-so, or to buy a new house, or to, what do you call it? renovate a house. And then you find out that this guy took money out of your account, and what did they do with it? The friend was having a bachelor party, so they decided to rent them a ship, to charter them a flight. That makes no sense to me. You see, we've had a communication, we've spoken, we've agreed that this is what we're doing with this money, but yet someone else will take advantage of you. So these are things that we need to start taking back to the counselors who are giving people marriage counseling, the preachers who are consistently telling you that before you get into a marriage, you have to go for counseling. And this happens. If you have to get married in a church, don't they always give you, like, I think it's a month of counseling or something like that?
But the kind of counseling that they're giving you
it's
from
not
the
relevant
perspective
it is just not
They
relevant.
used to counsel people like 10 years ago.
It's not
10,
relevant.
20 years
It's
ago, and
not
things
been
have changed.
updated. Exactly.
And what I don't like is that we as women, we lose ourselves once we get married or when we get in relationships. That is why we're getting depressed. You love this person and you used to go to the gym, you used to go sing karaoke, you used to do ABCD. You stop doing that because you're now focusing on this one person, surely. That's how you get depressed and start doing everything that they ask you to do.
That's true. Because if you don't have a life of your own, you will end up living the life that they're leading or the life that you've established as a couple. And so let's start getting serious about things like our finances. Please, just please, if you have to go to the bank and stop that account or just close it.
You think if you're in an abusive relationship where he's like, you would be able to do it. That's what I'm saying. We need to put our mind in an abused person, you know. And maybe we need to be in more of a culture of having therapy throughout your whole entire life, like right now, even as things are good, so that as you're starting to date this person, you can now go into the nitty gritty. So he does this and this, the person tells you that's not okay, this is not okay, blah blah, so that you can stop it before you get to a point where 5 years, 10 years into the marriage, he's depleted your whole account, he's beaten you, you're scared to death. Are you really going to stop him and remove him from the account? You know, there's so many things. We just have to have a culture of sharing information with other people.
So if you're not sharing it with your friends, then share it with someone who you trust, like a psychiatrist, a psychologist, someone who's actually there to help you as an individual. You don't even have to make it a couple thing. You can just have your own sessions. I think all
individuals in general should go and seek psychology, like psychological help in general. And that doesn't mean that you're crazy. You just need some help to go ahead and figure out your feelings.
Sort yourself out.
077762230. Do you know anybody who is in a toxic relationship and everybody knows that story and it's just become the norm? And if you know that person, what are you doing to be able to help that person out? So let's just not be the silent viewers and everything, watching people's lives as if it's a movie. But one movie that I'm really watching right now is the movie between Ali Kiba and his wife Amina Khalif. All right. Now, what's really interesting, she just celebrated her birthday. She had a huge celebration and even talked about it on social media, where she posted and said, "Privileged and grateful for being loved. Ya Allah, thank you. Thank you for yet another year of the life that you gave me. I'm so grateful for all the things you've been to me. Thank you, my family, who never fails to show some love and care for me. Thank you to all my friends." She continued thanking God once more, and then also said, "Give me strength and patience to face all the challenges that lies ahead of me." And after all of that, she just said, "Thank you to my family and friends. Happy birthday to me." But what fans found really interesting was when you go to Ali Kiba's page, there is no happy birthday to his wife. And a few days even after their birthday, they shared their anniversary, their wedding anniversary. There was no happy anniversary to his wife. But yeah, I was there. I'm curious. Like, maybe he just doesn't like to post about personal things. He likes to keep his personal life private. That's what they always say. But then I'm there seeing over there his son, he said happy birthday. His sister, happy birthday. His mom, happy birthday. Even the shemeji got a whole post saying happy birthday. And you can just see her face over there. I don't know which side of the family she was from and everybody just saying happy birthday to my shemeji. And then years, if you look, go down, early 2020s when you can see a post, like a family post with him and his wife. There is definitely trouble in paradise. And one thing that we've known, they've had troubles in their relationship for a very long time. He'd even talked about in the past of them having issues and how he even returned her to her parents' home himself. So I feel as if right now there's clearly trouble in paradise. Their relationship is not doing too well. And that's why he doesn't want to post his wife on his social media, yet the shemeji can be there told happy birthday.
I mean, the thing that is kind of bugging me a little bit is when he said that in an interview, he said that the thing that you said, that it is true that my wife and I have had issues, which is normal to any couple. I returned her home to her parents myself. I wanted her, this is the part I want you to focus on. I wanted her to also go back to work when I traveled to Europe. Okay. She was a presenter, right?
He said, I then traveled to Europe, so that was like
he
the end of
traveled
her.
to Europe.
Yeah.
So she's a radio presenter, or she's been a radio presenter by the name Diva, right? And she's obviously in music. So him going on this tour would actually be an advantage to him, true or false? So in what way or in what capacity are you saying that you wanted her to work? Her coming with you to that media tour or her coming with you for that trip to Europe for your musical career would probably have added value to you.
Yeah,
she
like
knows
support.
best how to help you with PR. She knows best how to help you with getting ready for interviews because she's conducted so many in her lifetime.
They can even do a collaboration,
They
do
can-
a song.
Thank
Even
you.
Tanasha Donna finally got that collaboration with Diamond.
Thank you. I mean, there's so many things that they could do together that would add more value to him than it would for her to just go back and do whatever she wants to do. So that's one thing that's kind of bugging me. It makes me feel a little sad when you think about the life now that she had established with him, the many things that she did with him, for him. There were times when he was accused of cheating. She still stuck around. She didn't go anywhere. But now that he's done with her, he takes you back to square one. And this is a question that we ask ourselves many, many times. You've got into a relationship, your lifestyle has now upgraded. And now you're being told, you know what? Yeah, you're going all the way back. Is that something that we need to start talking about? Should people be more considerate about, just taking you back to wherever they took you from? It's kind of rude, right?
Ladies, I want you to tell me, what does this statement make you, what does it put into your mind? I wanted her to also go back to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is him.
It was his
decision.
You see, there's a problem. Obviously, couples have problems every day, if not every other day or every month. We have issues, but it's how you deal with those issues. You can't tell me now, I want you to, I need you to, I. No. In a union, it has to be we. I hope he said, I wish he said, we
spoke about it,
spoke
and
about
we
it,
decided
and we decided that she will.
wanted to go back
you
to
see,
work.
because today I feel like these days we overshare too much. We overshare a lot of stuff about our marriages and everything else. And then just, what wanakuja tu wanatuharibia. Because anyway, I'm disappointed. I'm very much disappointed, but I think they just need space. Not like to break up or divorce or anything. They just need to have some space. And also a guy who asks for space, because clearly he's asking for space, like where end a job, where fanya, what is he doing? Anataka space afanye nini?
Exactly, now for Nenda Europe.
What kind of
why
man are
do
you
I need
without
to
your
go back
wife
to work?
and your children?
Why do I have to go back home to my house when our house is empty?
Exactly. I'm
It
not
makes
married
no
to my
sense.
mom or anyone else.
And the fact that they actually, I think in a previous conversation that we had many years back, or many months back, we spoke about the fact that she had to live in a family with like a lot of other people. It wasn't just him and her. According to their religion, you kind of, you know what, it's a lot to think about. I just want to know from you, what do you think? Is it a thing that we need to start having conversations about? The fact that just because you're in a bad space, you want the other person to go away? How do you manage conflict like this in relationship? 0777-672-230 is the number. Hashtag Ebru Let's Talk on every social media handle. We are Ebru TV Kenya, except for Facebook where we're Ebru TV KE. And do not forget, it's time for Ask the Girls. And Ask the Girls from a girl called Abby or a lady called Abby. Do not forget, you can send us your questions, send us your concerns on things that you're worried about, either in your relationship or in your life. In any aspect, we will try and help you as much as we can. We are 3 level heads. We should be able to give you a happy balance, at least. Anyway, so Abby from Nairobi says, I want help. I want you to help me out today. There is this guy, anataka my nude pictures. I refuse to send him to them. I refuse to send him to him. I refused to send them to him, and he got angry. So please help. I told him, Nikki, send, I will lose my dignity. I don't want to lose my friendship, but he has taken advantage of it. Please advise me. Here is the truth of the matter. You have clearly said that you're uncomfortable sending these pictures and it will make you lose your dignity. True or false? True. So it means he doesn't respect you and your dignity enough to take a step back and stop asking you for these pictures. He's even pressuring you so much so that you're now getting out of your wits. You're like, okay, do I sacrifice my dignity over you and the love that I have for you? And clearly you've done it many times to the point where he's now taking advantage of that, that relationship or how you feel about it. So here's the truth of the matter. You need to set your boundaries and stick to your boundaries. You can't keep shifting and changing simply because you're trying to please him. And if that doesn't work out, trust me, the chips will fall where they may. But for now, you really just need to stick to your guns and to respect your own boundaries so that he too can start respecting them.
Yeah, and to create those boundaries, you have to go through search to know that you need to have such boundaries. You have to ask a girl for nudes, aseme no, and then now you put a boundary there, unasema, by the way, we can't send nudes to each other. And your gut is telling you something. Please trust your instincts. If you don't feel like sending nudes to someone, please don't send those pictures. And you can tell him, like, I feel like if I send those nudes to you, someone might access your phone and see it. May it be your mom, or even my mom might even come across the nudes. And I don't know how it's going to be, because I trust you. I know you're not going to share it with anyone, but let's just like share fun moments and just keep the nude part.
Yeah, Abby, you need to leave this boyfriend of yours, because here's where I think the problem lies. You told him no, and then he got angry at you. Excuse me, why are you getting mad and angry at me once I tell you that I do not want to send naked pictures of myself to you? And then you tell him that you don't want to lose your dignity, and he gets angry and upset. There's no reason for you to be angry and upset. That is my decision, and it's not going to be an emotional blackmail over here of you don't want to lose the friendship, or you don't want to lose him as a boyfriend, and you feel as if you don't send him the naked pictures, you lose him as a boyfriend. Lose him completely. I think you need to break up with him, because you've already stated your stance and you told him that you don't want to send. He gets angry at you, and now you feel as if you might lose the relationship. It's not a relationship worth having, girl. That's just my opinion, and I really feel like we need to help Abby out, because let me tell you, I don't want to be talking about Abby has been trending all over at Barrett's stories with her naked pictures all over. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of story that I want. So make sure you go ahead and send your advice 0777-672-230 to Abby and help her out. Should she send these nude pictures to her boyfriend? Amma, do you agree with me? She needs to leave him. We're going to go ahead and take a short commercial break. Give you some time to send that message to Abby. Fungua roho yako yote. And when we come back, we have Talk That Talk.
Ladies, we're on top. Hey, we're on top. Hey. Ladies, we're on top. Hey, we're on top. Hey.
Welcome back. You're still watching Let's Talk, and we're loving the feedback we're getting from you on our WhatsApp number 0777-672-230. Let's go ahead and see what you have to say. Mama Stacy tuned in as always. We see you, girl. We see Caleb watching from Odhaya, and we also see Katz from Limuru, who says, hello, girls. What Jalango said, it is true. Think about it. Do men really hold back when buying their toys, meaning like this personal things for themselves? Men spend what makes them happy and excites them. Interesting. We also have someone else over here, Livingston from Nairobi, saying today's introduction left me completely clueless, not knowing what to expect. You're all superb ladies on this rainy Thursday evening. Thank you so much. Tell Ayuma the Uber guy was showing the kind of care men have for their ladies. We always want their ladies to be at their very best. When I'm not at my very best right now. What are you trying to say?
But your man isn't doing
Not
the
right
right
now,
job.
that time.
Anyway, we see someone else saying, good evening, ladies. It is Balozi wa K-Town enjoying the show from Kiamba. We love you. We see you. I see Ryan from Umoja saying, my girlfriend no longer. Ooh, wow, that one. I'm going to put a star on it. I see Lawrence Zawadi saying, Aki wambie kabisa. I support that point of ladies should understand that men don't pluck money from trees na support 100% cause many take advantage of us kabisa. Hii economy inataka mtu anaelewa hivyo kama wewe kathobi wewe haunijui pause on a haunijui. And I see someone else saying a man who misuses his wife's money is a lazy man and he doesn't deserve any woman. This is Julius from Eldoret. Who else is saying something?
Hey, na Ayuma leo umetuamulia kitenge. Kathomi, you look nice. Lily, mi huwa nakupendanga tu. Mwah back. So, to what's popping, ladies? Then someone sends us his picture.
Thank you. You look very
amazing.
handsome.
I wish sometimes we could post these pictures that people that they send to us. We're going to work something out. All the pictures that you send to us, we're going to be trying to find a way to showcase you and show you how amazing that you're looking. Maybe you can shoot your shot. I don't know what's happening over here. You can do whatever you decide to do, but let's get right into Talk That Talk. So we are talking about love and social media. Those are two things that consume our time and effort. So much of our day goes into it, and we know so many of us are constantly on our phones, constantly on social media, and constantly trying to look for love. And here's my question, what are your thoughts on trying to find love on social media? And have you ever dated somebody that you found on social media?
You asking me? I've dated two men. One a very long-term relationship, about 2 years, and one kind of short, like 7-ish months. Yeah, very nice men. Met them both on Tinder. Hallelujah. There's still nice men on Tinder back then. Now, all you get, I will tell you later. But yeah, I have, and I found love, and it was amazing.
Nice. How
You,
about you,
Lily?
Lily?
I saw my husband on social media,
Oh.
and now we're married.
Oh, that's a question I really want to know. You saw him on social media.
I
How
saw
did you
him.
end up now talking to him and going out on dates from that social media experience?
I won't say I stalked him because I didn't. I just went to one of his shows, and that's how we met.
But you saw the show on his
On
page.
social media.
What about you, Ayuma?
I have had a serious situationship from social media. Not relationship, situationship. But like, yeah, and not like I've never been on like the actual dating sites for on social media. Like I never Tinder and all of those other sites. But I did meet a guy on Snapchat/Instagram.
Ooh.
And we had a little thing and everything, a little fling for a while. And I liked it. It was fun. But it was definitely in a stage of my life where I knew this is just for fun and there's nothing else happening. So I looked at him, I'm like, oh, he's cute. Oh, this is what he does for a living. I will not say what he did for a living, but I'm like, oh, okay. And so I was willing to entertain him because of that. But other than that, no.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I would take a social media relationship as seriously.
But do you advise people to go on social media to find love?
No. And here's like, the main reason why I don't like the idea of finding somebody on social media is because I think it's not the real person that you're seeing. You know what I mean? There's a different, like if you go to my social media right now, yeah, and you see the number of followers and you see my profession and you see me there in my short dresses and my short skirts and everything, you might have a different interpretation of who Ayuma is as opposed to when you come and get to know me. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times when you're meeting people on social media, you're not meeting them because, oh, I just want to get to know her heart. Oh, I just want to get to know her personality. Oh, I just think she's so amazing. No, you saw me twerking to a certain song and you're like, wow, I wonder if she can twerk like that with me. I wonder if we can go and dance like that together. I wonder if we can do exactly, you know what I mean? Social media is not the kind of place that's a good representation of who you are because you're only showing your best and people are only coming from you on a superficial level.
I agree. It's hard to find genuine people on social media because most of the times they have fake profile pictures and fake bios. Like it's really hard to tell the fakes from the real people. That's what I feel.
And
Unless
also-
you meet them in person and get to know them on a deeper level.
Okay, so for you have to meet this person in real life and then have that conversation.
Yeah, we'll
but then
chat a
it's
little,
someone, yeah?
but then we have to meet up.
Okay, so it has to transition from just being on social media because it's true. People texting and people in real life very different. They're like light and day.
Yeah.
Because honestly, me, I will tell you all the fantamagorgiousness that you look, and then when I meet you, I can't even pronounce the word fantamagorgious. There's a thing called autocorrect, and it helps a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I honestly feel like maybe yes, that is true. There has to be that transition from, you know, I was seeing you, we were talking on social media, and then we met. Did I like you as a person? And not just the first meeting, because even that one can be superficial, right?
True.
A second one, a third one, maybe we see each other within our friend groups, and then we see what kind of people we are. Because you might seem like a very straight, level-headed person until I meet your friends, and all of them are touching on you, twerking on you, and I cannot live that life. Me, I'm telling you, there's a time someone alinitupia sigara moto.
Actually, what?
Yes, I met him and his friends, and
Okay, so
they
you
were
met him on
girlfriends.
social media?
No. Okay, technically, kind of. We met through social media, right? And then we went out on dates and everything, and then eventually we became kind of close. So we started now going out with their friends, right? And these girls, I kid you not, we're all dancing, and then this one girl is like twerking on my man, and me, you know, I'm chill because I don't know what your friendship is.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yes, go girl, get it.
Yes.
And then the girl just got angry. She was smoking. She flicked the cigarette on me. And even worse, when we were going home, they're like, we're not going home. You're not driving us and those girls in your same car. Like, you either take them where they have to be going, and then we're going home. It got so bad, girl. Girl, we get to the house, you know the way everyone is given something to sleep in.
Yeah.
And I was given like one of these long shirts.
Yeah.
And then this one girl was like, that's the shirt I normally sleep in when I come over here. So you better. So I'm telling you, social media is tricky. Just meet them in every social circle and every social circumstance, and then you will know who they are. And then meet their friends, and then you will know who they are.
I feel as if that kind of brings us into like now the type of people that you end up meeting on social media. You know how there's certain professions that have a stereotype. You know, it's don't date a DJ, don't date a bouncer, all of those things. Now, what kind of person are you going to find now once that you find on social media? Let me tell you. And I know this might be a stereotype that might not be the best one, but I find men that are on social media that are heavily with this smile. Wait, you know, like this. I am seeing your six-pack. Why am I seeing your six-pack? Why do I need to know that you have a six-pack? It's a very type of self-centered man that I don't want to be with. We cannot be spending the same amount of time in the bathroom trying to get ready together. You know what I mean? I'm putting on lotion. He's also putting on lotion, making sure the pecs and everything are glistening and shiny.
Baby
you know,
oil.
yeah. One what is it called? One peck is ding 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 ding.
Looks like he has a filter.
You know? Men that use filters, that's another one. So I feel like the type of men, for me, from my personal experience, men that you find on social media in a relationship type of way are self-centered men.
Okay, let's just start from the very beginning. There's the Blue book. That one, you know what kinds of people you will meet. There will be the Blue book.
Huh?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Okay,
Sorry.
so people from Facebook, you know what kind of people you'll be. It will be someone from the Indonesian/Asian community, and they will send you everything. You will think you are starting a farmer's market because you will find eggplants, you will find shrimps, you will find everything. You will find video content that you probably would rather find it in a different location. You know when you find videos and they're just going like, wow, this, you actually took time and finished on camera. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
So those are the kinds of people you tend to find on some of those social media sites. Instagram is a different one. It's the guys who are like you know, they all they think about is the way you look. So like, hey, beautiful. Hey, how you doing? Hey, can I take you out? Hey, let me send you money for lunch. Hey. It's the hey guy.
Yeah.
You'll always talk a lot, but then you never know when you meet them if it will be real. And you will
Your
keep
legs
talking.
look amazing.
Your
The cleavage is great.
you.
The dress, whatever. You're sexy.
Yes, you look like the sun and the stars combined. I mean, those are the guys you'll find on Instagram. And then there is the guys for Snapchat. Those ones are Snapchat filters. Now compare this guy, you know the way you take a picture, like there's a blush. There's a akona blush, akona eyelashes. You're like, what?
And he's also 12 years old.
Yeah. And
he's also
a
a child.
12 years old. He's a total child. So it depends on the kind of social media I guess you kind of go into to find men. But social media, as in the social media that we talk about, we can do online dating. People have found love on online dating sites. Takes a while, but you will find love. But on social media, I don't know that I can do that.
I have experienced stalkers.
Girl.
There's this particular person who used to like send me messages like, hey, today I saw you were looking nice, may just lingered. Some other time, hey, I saw you sijui nini. Now there's this time I went for shopping. Nikaingia nikapark basement. So after doing my shopping, nikaingia kwa gari, I'm driving off. Then naona message like, hey, Lily, I've just seen you, tulikuwa na wewe mpaka kwa lift.
Wow.
And why can't you say hi to me in that lift?
Exactly.
Lily, you've just reminded me, and I think Ayuma, I told you. Remember the guy? And I'm not giving you ideas. These are not ideas you go and employ in your real life. Remember the guy who's asking, who was sending me a video of him printing out pictures of me, and then putting them on his wall.
Oh, no.
Like he actually went on Instagram, downloaded my pictures off of Instagram, printed them, sent me a video of him printing them out, and then putting them on his walls, and was like, is this okay? Do you think this is creepy? I'm like, I don't think it's creepy, but I'm not going to tell you that, because I don't want to meet you somewhere, and then you do something even more creepy. It was so creepy, like stalkers.
Me, I was even told my number plate.
Guy.
See your car you parked, did you where it is case, did you
So
what?
let
I
me
was
ask
like,
you,
huh?
does that make you now, did you reply to that person?
I did.
What did you say?
Get away from me. What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Jesus. And the worst thing is
it's scary.
you can't actually pinpoint them and say that this is the one to get a restraining order or anything.
Yeah.
Like
First of all,
that
the account is probably fake, you know.
I
So
can't.
that goes into like now, like, what kind of due diligence can you do when you're trying to find someone on social media? Because maybe let's say, okay, you guys have been there, he slid in the DMs, you're replying to the DM and everything, and then now you want to find out before I even meet him, because you don't want to go on date number 1 and then that becomes the last day on your life on earth. Because remember
Get thrown off of the seventh floor.
exactly, because we're laughing right
That's not
now.
funny.
We're laughing right now. But there was that girl who had her Facebook boyfriend went to his house. He expected more because she has come to his house. She didn't give him that more. Boom, she was thrown off of the building. Exactly. So like, what research do you do about this person before you meet them, and then how do you go about meeting them? Because
It has to be a public place. Me, I don't do private. I do not. We have to go either to a restaurant, ama yani just, not even either. We have to go to a restaurant. Na tunakaa huko pali kuna watu, katikati. So that if you try anything, I'll just scream or I'll just leave.
I think before I even get to even decide which location are we going to, I stalk your page and I go and look for your auntie, I go and look for your sister, I look for family people that are actually personal to your life, you know what I mean? To see, are you really a real person? Is it just some fake account over there so that the murderer can come and kill me? And then that way I can be able to know, like for the guy that I ended up dating, and I was like, I found his sister.
Wow.
You know? And I just, okay, so this is his sister, this saved, this is his whatever. If anything happens, I can be like, okay, so here's a track record of people that might be around him and that might know him. Not that here's his page, JMowa K-Town, and then how no one can find him.
That makes a lot of sense.
A friend of mine got a fake account, not account. It's a person, but living a fake life. So he's there posting pictures with flashy cars, going to flashy places, high class here, there. And when they finally met, you know what? Walikuwa wamekaa huko nyuma. Kumbe the cars that he normally posts are a friend's, they belong to a friend. And he was like, wewe, kaeni huko nyuma. All the time. They're even buying drinks. He's not even buying. He's like, Nani, my God, such a mess.
Good
you
God.
think someone
or
has
they
money?
work at a kayad.
Yeah.
And now they're always posting pictures of this new car. It's the new X6. It's the new X what. That's super
So how will you
scary.
be able to, like, filter through that?
When it comes to dating again on social media, particularly the books and the grams, I think it makes a lot of sense. First of all, yes, to verify that this is an account that is actually of a living person, and you can verify this. I mean, these days, and don't forget, by the way, just so you know, there are things called geotags. There are things called IP addresses, and someone can very easily track your IP address and find your actual location based on a post you sent them, a picture you sent them, because people can geotag that location. Don't forget, there's a thing called Google Streets, my friends, where if you take a picture of the street, I can actually go and check it on Google, and then I can tell exactly where you are. So be careful about posting things. So yeah, first thing, make sure that they actually are legit people. They don't have 2 followers or 0 followers, no profile picture, stuff like that, very dodgy. Oftentimes people have more than one account. So you have an Instagram account that is linked to a Facebook account that is linked to a Twitter account. Stuff like that can help. Just try and find some more history, because in every single social media, then you can be able to consistently tell that, yeah, this is an actual person with actual thoughts, blah, 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 stuff like that. And if possible, try and talk to them on the phone, like an actual video call. Because see, we have that on social media now.
Yeah.
Try and video call them and see them in actuality. See their background. Where are they? Do they look like they were posting a Lamborghini and they look like they...
Me, after getting a stalker, I learned something. I will post a post and say that, hey, I'm at X and X place, Nini, but my friend, you won't find me there. I'll take pictures today and post them either tomorrow or next week.
Yes,
that is how I survive these days. But you know what?
After.
Go and take a cup of water. Kimbia haraka sana sekunde ngapi mbili, because we want to play a game. It's game time.
We're on top. Hey.
Welcome back. Today's game is called Music Charades. They're going to play a music. We guess the artist and the song. I don't know. Will they do instrumental or something?
No.
They'll play an actual song, but then you have to describe the person. Either describe them using, not with actual words. You can use actions and whatever. Just play charades.
It's actually just written on the paper.
Let me take 2. You take 2. Give her 2.
All right.
Okay. Hey.
You should be standing up if you need to explain.
No, I don't need to stand up for this.
Calligraph Jones.
How
did you even get that? Girl. Something that's like that word.
Yes, banner.
Oh, the
yes,
song.
Banner. Yeah, the song. Okay.
This one you have to stand. It's going to be hard.
guitar. Someone that plays like. Oh.
Grabbing on the.
Oh.
Do something else. Okay, me, I have nothing.
Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Oh, you have that
way.
I mean,
Yeah.
just say a hee. We would have known. There we
Yeah.
go. Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. You guys ready? I think these ones I'll just stand up for them, so I can show my kitenge that people are here talking about. All right, ready?
Girl, no. More.
Welcome.
No.
Your Majesty.
What is my action?
Bowing. Bow down.
No.
Take a bow.
Yes.
Beyonce.
No.
Take a bow. Give me
Neo.
something.
I used to date Chris Brown.
Rihanna. Take a bow is by Rihanna, not Beyonce.
Yeah, just I'm looking at you
Dumb.
like, girl, come on now. All right, ready? Ooh. What am I doing?
You're dancing.
Uh-huh. What do I want to do?
You want to get them up to dance.
Uh-huh.
You want to dance with
Dance.
dance
Oh,
with somebody.
dance.
Yes.
Dance with
By who?
Leonel
Jason
something.
Derulo.
The most famous, I want to dance with somebody.
Whitney
I wanna
Houston.
dance
Yes.
with somebody. You can tell the song, but not the actual thing. All right, let's make this fast. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, wow, this is. Let me start with the easy one.
Okay.
So the artist,
Beyonce.
Beyonce?
yes, and the song is
Beautiful. Pretty Hurts.
Pretty Hurts.
what is this?
Countdown.
What
No,
is this?
Cheeks.
Cheek.
But this,
Beautiful
Face.
liar.
Skin.
yes, song.
Brown skin girl.
There we go. Hey, this one is tough. Guy, okay.
Lil Wayne.
No,
Snoop Dogg.
Kenyan.
Eh.
We'll say it's time for, Monday, something Monday. What's it called? Meditation Monday. Something.
A Kenyan artist that's about
Yes.
that life. I don't know.
Yes. Mina, I love you. If I give you, you give me. Nikikupea, unanipea, tunapeana.
Is it a group?
No, it's one person. Nikikupea, yule anakupea, na wewe unampatia. Tunapeana sisi wote. Okay, it's Nairobi by Benso. Nairobi.
Actually,
Yule
kuna-
anakupea, yule ananipea, yule anakupea. Tunakula fea nyi
Don't
wote.
even sit back down because I'm so upset with you. We can't even continue to sit down. Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. It was an amazing Talk That Talk Thursday. We love your messages. And the biggest takeaway from this, when you are dating online, don't forget to be careful, okay? The person that you see on the pictures may not be the same person in real life. Make sure you stay safe. But for now, it's your girl, Ayima Kaguli, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Do not also forget that in as much as there are crazy psychos on the internet and stalkers, there are actually genuine people who want to get to know you. So try and start a conversation however best way you can. Just don't say hi. You know those ones who say hi.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do from there? So no more highs on DMs. Just say what you want. And maybe if you shoot your shot hard enough, you might just land the goal. My name is Kathomi Kathomi on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but mostly on Instagram.
Well, for me, I feel like I want to tell you don't overshare, because when you overshare, you're going to get stalkers like me. My name is Lily Asigo at Lily Asigo on all social media platforms.